Hello, Stephanie Zima here, Walk It Free, where we heal, connect, and level up. And today we're going to talk about this isn't procrastination, it's actually a freeze. I wonder how many of you have actually heard or ever checked. Hold on, where did it go? I wonder how many of you have heard or checked on your nervous system lately. Because probably not many, right? It's not something that is conscious to us. We know that we are not doing the items that we are supposed to do. We are not reaching out to the people that we need to start conversations with to possibly sell something. We are not posting about our services and our products. Maybe we are not shouting it off the rooftop, right? We have a desire that we want to make extra money. We have a desire that we want to succeed, that we want to be good, that we want to get rid of the pain that we have. We have that desire, but for some reason, we're not able to make ourselves take action on the things that we even know what to do. You know how to post, you know how to sell your product, you know that you need to talk to people and you need to invite them to an maybe an opportunity, maybe to an event, maybe to take a look at a video. You are supposed to be doing something to invite somebody to look at something, right? We know that. However, we just don't. And then we have all these excuses of life is going to happen and I'm not able to do this. And then when you have a moment that you could utilize, you actually sit there and your brain just goes numb. And so part of you's thinking that you are procrastinating, but you actually are not procrastinating. Your brain is freezing because it's a nervous system response to something that is much deeper. And if you are if you are new to me, you're probably like, oh, this lady is talking a lot deep things and deep thoughts. And that is exactly what I do here. I talk deeper than surface level just because that is exactly where it is. There are so many online entrepreneurs that are seemingly not being able to take action and they're feeling stuck and they're not able to have the success and make the money that they want. And it's not because they're incapable. It's not because they can't sell. And it's surely not because they don't have time, because it doesn't take a lot of time, but it does take clarity and it does take confidence and it does take some skill. And see, if you can't practice, this is where the problem is, right? If you can't practice the skill, you can't get better. And this is why I'm so passionate at helping entrepreneurs getting unstuck through their nervous system regulation. Okay, so let's break this down just a little bit. The difference between procrastination and a nervous system freeze is simple. If you are procrastinating, you have no problem doing the thing, you just don't feel like it. And you're like, I'd rather watch TV right now than doing that stuff. If that is the case, and you can will yourself and say, no more Netflix until I'm able to do it, and you can will yourself to actually take the action, great. You may have just been procrastinating, and it may be a temporary thing just because you don't feel like it. But that's not who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the people that continuously over weeks and weeks and weeks are not able to reach out, post, continue and follow through conversations, and the people that are starting maybe being able to keep it going for 1, 2, 3 days and then fall off the wagon. That is the person I'm talking to, because that is a freeze. See, you can discipline yourself maybe to 1, 2, 3 days of hard discipline. You will yourself through it and then you stop. That is a freeze. That is not a discipline problem. Because if you would have a discipline problem, you would already not being able to make you do it for 1, 2, or 3 days. It's a freeze response. The freeze responses happen to the action because your nervous system subconsciously is taking posting or launches or DMs as a threat. Something about it is a threat. Maybe it's a thought that if you get more customers, you are needing to do more work. Maybe you are already tired. Maybe you're already exhausted. Maybe you're already having so much responsibility that having more of anything feels so threatening to you. If that's the case, your system is, of course, going to keep you safe. It's going to freeze up. That way, you can be sure that you are not getting any extra work, right? Visibility sometimes triggers survival responses as well. Because here's the thing, if you post and you're being visible to people, or if you're out there and you're talking to people as the expert, you have a risk, so to speak, that somebody's going to judge you, that somebody's going to reject you. And if you're already struggling yourself with maybe self-love, maybe self-care, maybe you just are recovering from some trauma, or you're overworked at work, and you're spreading yourself really thin. If that's the case, of course, visibility, having you out there and at risk of people judging, people having opinions, people maybe ridiculing you, whatever, these things are going to also trigger your nervous system, and your nervous system, whoop, it's going to freeze up on you, correct? Okay. So physiological situation about the freeze is literally not, it's not a physical that you don't move. It doesn't have to be that bad, right? Some people that have extreme trauma, they freeze and they can't move, and they literally look like statues, right? They can't move. Your freeze does not have to be as severe. Your freeze can literally be falling off the wagon every 3 days. Okay? Your freeze can be staring at your computer screen, or picking up your phone, wanting to take care of something, and then out of the sudden you're being distracted by other things. Okay? That is also a freeze. See, if you are really focused in and you want something, you are not going to let go of that. It's almost like you become obsessed. And I'm sure you have heard this before, like people are supposed to be becoming obsessed, right? When you're obsessed, that's the only thing you are going to focus on. But see, here's the thing. If you're scared of that thing, your nervous system is not going to ever allow you become obsessed about anything. It's going to shut you down. So when you are having your phone, you're having maybe good intentions, right? You're picking up your phone, you're starting to scroll, you're starting to interact with people, and then out of the sudden, whoop, everything goes out the window because you have been distracted. You're struggling to put boundaries in place and say, not now, hold please, anything like that, any distraction, you are not able to. Or even better, you're starting your social media up, and out of the sudden all these reels are popping up, and your brain constantly is being sidetracked by other things. Those are also micro freezes, right? Little micro freezes that your system is not completely dysregulated yet, but just micro freezes enough to prevent you from taking that little action. See, we say we don't have time to do these things, but it's not the time, because if you love doing something, you will find the time always, always. It's always the case. When you find some time, when you want to do something, there's time. You do want to earn more money too. However, you are probably getting distracted because there's something deeper. So that means you are having some kind of a mental block about the business. So what is it? Tune in. What is that freeze over here about? What is the thought? Is the thought that maybe you feel insufficient? Maybe you're not good enough, right? Maybe the thought is that you are not smart enough, that you're not expert enough, that what exactly, tune in and listen to your gut. What is your gut telling you what you're afraid about? Ask it the question, become curious. See, when we put the lens of curiosity on, we are actually going to get answers. And that is that is the real cool thing about curiosity. When we have curiosity as a lens that we are looking at the situation at, we are going to get answers. So find out, what is it that you are dealing with? What is the thought that is really behind it that is triggering that nervous system response and making you freeze to keep you safe? Once you're breaking down that thought, that initial thought, you can then build a bridge thought to that. And once you have a bridge thought, that's your little mantra, you can start regulating yourself. If you want some tips on how to regulate your nervous system so that you can take the action in your online business, double check the link in the bio over here. There's a free reset guide that you can download right now today, and you can get started, okay? Or comment reset below and I'll send it to you.